James Alnardo here with Trevisa Realty. We're in another segment of our journeys in Southwest Florida. Things to do. As you know, we are in a Second Amendment state. What that gives us is the right to shoot guns. And naturally, we're going to have some of the best shooting ranges. Even if you're not an avid shooter and you want to shoot a gun, you can go to some shooting ranges and you can actually rent a gun for like $15. You can change it as many times as you want to different types of guns that you'd want to shoot. Or if you're an avid shooter like I wouldn't say myself, I'm more of a novice, but we're in a place called right now, shooting range Cecil Webb. So this is going to give us the opportunity to shoot pistols. We're going to shoot long rifles, as you hear them blasting off right there. And also what we did is we bought a clay shooter, so we're actually going to do some skeet today with a shotgun. So we're going to have a lot of fun, a little bit of a different segment. And again, but this is maybe not be for everybody, but I mean, if you are interested to do some sport shooting, this is a great place to be.
Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go.
First segment, home value decrease. So what happens is when interest rates start rising, houses become unaffordable. When houses can't become affordable, buyers can't buy the houses. Buyers can't buy the houses, which brings the values down. This is how we feel about inflation in the real estate market. So we're gonna tackle home values with a little Glock, a G48. This is more of a concealed carry gun. So it's still a 9mm, but it's a very small, slender gun. So it's gonna buck like a donkey. So let's give it a go.
I pulled up, top down in the two-seat. She hopped in, drunk smiles, it's good to see. What you thinking about skipping downtown tonight?
Hey, so this is a very interesting concept right now. Our executive assistant, Christy Pago, is originally from Texas, lived in Florida her whole life, but never shot a gun. So today's going to be the day where we introduce her and through a cycle of different firearms. So 9mm, we're going to shoot her a 22, let's say, assault rifle, then into an AR, and then also a pump action shotgun. So it's going to be fun. Give Christy a thumbs up. She's really brave. Actually, she's a little braver than I thought, to be honest. But let's see.
Alrighty, let's go, boys.
All right.
Let me show you my countryside through these old headlights. We can take this road as far as you want to go.
Number 4, months of inventory. What this is basically high interest rates floods the markets with unsold homes on the market, which obviously leads into step 5, which is decrease the value. So we're going to tackle months of inventory with an HK VP9L, and this is a new gun. I never shot before, but it's a beautiful gun, made in Germany, right? Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. To avoid all this action, they needed to deal with inflation.
Okay.
And when they would let the cheap money run for too long, caused all this bullshit. If they would have ran the cheap money for a bit, stimulated, and then started hitting the interest rates, like started jacking up the rates slowly, it would have nice, calmed it all down. We wouldn't have had an issue.
Okay.
High interest rates. This is basically how we get our money. It gets lent to us by conventional loans, or even if it's a mortgage broker. So what this is basically the Federal Reserve raises their rates, which in turn reflects how the bank lends you money at a higher interest rates. So number 3, we're going to take out high interest with a GSG-15. This is it's a low caliber, but it's still a long build rifle, 22 caliber. So it's like this is like a pea shooter, but it's going to be a lot of fun anyways. So this is the federal policy rate. So this is basically the feds when they raise their policy rates. This is Jerome Powell's job right now. So what happens is when inflation is starting to get high, they'll start raising the rates. Once they start raising the rates, this leads into the high interest rates where the banks are lending money out at a higher rate. And stage 4 is the federal policy rate. Clearly, like when the federal policy rate was lending out cheap money, which caused inflation, they should have tackled the inflation earlier by introducing higher policy rates, so then the banks would have put higher rates on mortgages, which kind of slowed down the inflation and obviously the crash that inevitably happened. So this is a Benelli Nova. This is a Benelli pump action Nova. This is I bought this gun about 20 years ago. It's still with me. It's pretty good, pretty nice gun. 3.5-inch shells, really big cannon.
There it is.
And this is the cause to all the effect, high inflation. When high inflation, what happens here is that when the money's easily lent, it's overspent. And when the money's overspent, everything inflates. Either it's car values, if it's housing values. This is why we saw a lot of bidding wars. So this is the cause to all roots. This is something we need to take care of real quick. If the feds saw this early on and started adjusting their policy rate early instead of letting it run rapid for so long, we wouldn't have had all that effect later on. And even though Florida still kind of hanged in there a lot better than most states in America and also into Canada, but this is the key right here. We're going to show you how we should take care of this one. So, cause and effect. We're at the cause right now, and what we have, high inflation. High inflation should have been tackled early on by the feds. They should have kind of leaned into the interest rates being higher just to kind of stop that flow of cheap money. So what we have here is an AR-15. AR doesn't stand for assault rifle. It's actually Armalite, which is the original designer of the gun in the 50s rather. But fun fact is, you see this little push button here? What was happening is when they originally designed this gun, it was supposed to be for like some of the best ammunition, very clean ammunition. But when they put it into military use, obviously they use probably the same shit that we're using today. So what was happening, it would get jammed. So they put this in there to kind of rush in the shell if it got stuck. So just a fun fact, they don't jam anymore, but ultimately it's there. It's just a fun fact. So let's tackle high inflation. I think it's 1200. So that is the end of the day. So again, if you're into shooting, you want to have some fun, as you saw, you can either do pistol shooting, you could do long range rifle, or also even trap and skeet shooting, which we just set up here and completed a nice 200 rounds, which is great. Amazing. So we'll get you to the next journey. I think next is kayaking, which I think is actually a lot more dangerous than what we've done today, but we'll catch you in the next one.